Good morning, Mustangs, and welcome back to Mustang Report. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Robin.
And here's what's going on this week. Robin, what's your favorite color?
Why do you want to know?
Because if it's pink, you'll want to go to the Pink Out game. Here's more with Spencer.
It is October, which means it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. In honor of that, your fellow Mustangs will be selling Pink Out game t-shirts and hoodies every day at lunch. Short sleeve t-shirts are $10, long sleeve $15, and hoodies are $25. Make sure you pick them up before October 25th, the day of our Pink Out game. I want every single one of y'all pinked out. All proceeds raised will be going to the Susan G. Komen Foundation to support and find a cure for breast cancer.
Andrew, did you go to Fields of Faith?
No, but what did I miss?
Let's go find out.
Fields of Faith is a national event held every year by Fellowship of Christian Athletes, FCA huddles across the country and across the nation. For the past 3 years, all Garland ISD middle school and high school FCA huddles have united to host one Fields of Faith event for our schools and our communities to come together, to have fun, to eat, play a few games, but then to most of all worship. And then we have students from across the district who share testimonies, personal experiences, or even just read their favorite scripture.
Football season is halfway over, so here's a halfway recap from Tahir.
I can't get diamonds so pearls. And I don't wanna take you traveling the world, but I can love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got. The fancy things, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, baby. Cross my heart and hope to die. Golden trinkets, mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Now off to Weather Roundup with Gerardo.
For this week's Weather Roundup, here's your first weekly weather facts. Did you know that there are 3 main types of clouds out there? You can make a prediction just by looking at the clouds. There are cirrus clouds, which usually are located high in the sky and indicate fair and clear weather. Then we have stratus clouds that covers the blue skies in the low levels with gray clouds with drizzle. Finally, we have a cumulus clouds, which has no issue in the low level, but becomes a problem if it grows into a cumulonimbus clouds, which consists with rain and lightning. And for the rest of your weekend, the rain will still be there on Friday with the highs in the upper 50s and the lows in the mid 50s. And by the time the rain has passed, conditions will improve for both Saturday and Sunday with the highs in the 60s and the lows in the 40s.
We're here with Tori. We're here to know, what is Jots?
Okay, so Jots is Sachse High School's improv troupe. Jots stands for Johnny on the Spot. And basically it's like where we'll perform a scene and we make up everything on the spot.
Where can somebody go to get into Jots?
Okay, so Jots meets in the Little Theater every Thursday, 3:45 to kind of 4:45. We meet there, we learn new games every day, and it's just kind of a really nice place to hang out.
Andrew, do you know what comic book club is?
No, but I think I know someone who might.
I'm here with Andrew Bonatti, the president and founder of Sachse High School Comic Club. So Andrew, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
What made you decide to start Sachse High School Comic Book Club?
Well, you see, freshman year, I wasn't involved in any sports or anything, and I figured, you know, if the school can have an anime club, why can't we have a comic book club? So that's why I started it.
What makes Comic Book Club important to the high school?
Well, you see, there's not a lot of representation for these certain students that aren't involved in athletics or sports or fine arts. So I decided to give us an area where anyone could come and express their interest in comic books.
Indeed. Now, what do you even do in Comic Book Club?
Well, we meet every Tuesday in room 2018, and basically what we do is we'll put together a PowerPoint covering comic book movie, TV news. We'll do giveaways of like comic books or t-shirts, and basically, we'll also go see movies together, and 2 of them will be paid for every year.
Thank you. Any upcoming events?
Well, we have a charity event coming up in December in the Sachse High School Auditorium. Sign-ups for volunteering will be in room 2018. Now off to Chase with cold and flu awareness.
Guys, it's Chase here, and I'm here with Nurse Total, and today we're going to ask her some questions about flu season. Now, flu season is upon us, so Miss Total, what are some ways to prevent the flu in our community?
Well, the first thing is to get your flu shot every year. Good hand washing is always needed, even when you're not in flu season. If you get exposed, you just need to try and stay away from people who have the flu, and try not to be exposed.
Okay, now, what are some of the symptoms of the flu?
You get a very high fever usually. You'll have body aches, chills, cough too as well.
Okay, now, let's say that I have the flu. Not saying I do, but let's just say I do have it. Okay, how do I treat it?
Well, you need to go to the doctor first. They can test you, make sure and confirm you have the flu. They may give you a prescription for medication that will help. Lots of fluids and lots of rest, and stay home.
Now, what if I have AP classes, though?
You'll have to work that
What's up,
out
guys?
with them.
The whole month of October is Dyslexia Awareness Month, and we're here with Miss Ruff to learn more about it. What is dyslexia?
Well, actually, people are born with dyslexia. It is a glitch in the brain, and so what happens is the frontal lobe is where most of the dyslexics, well, all of the dyslexics will read from the front in the frontal lobe, and they don't send the information to the back.
What's it like to have dyslexia?
Well, it's actually different for all the kids because dyslexia is on a continuum, which means that some are very severe, some are mild, and some are in between. So it actually differs for each one of the students. And so the things that they need will also differ. In the classrooms, it'll be different for each one of them. So sometimes people need to audio read, and they can be quicker readers, faster readers when they audio read. And then sometimes they need certain accommodations that other kids won't need. So it's very different for each one of them.
How can you combat dyslexia?
Well, one of the ways that you can, because it actually is a learning difficulty, and how you can combat it is by learning the structure of the English language, which is what we do. So what happens is when they learn the structure of the English language, they're actually applying it as if it was a formula. So it's like a code, and they apply it to the English language.
What are the strengths of people with dyslexia?
There's a lot of strengths. A lot of people who have dyslexia are incredibly creative people. We have some leadership dyslexics who were presidents. We have a lot of actresses and actors, people who have written books. So they are incredibly intelligent people.
Nice.
That's it for this week, Sachse. See you next week.